This is Sean with Nashville, Indiana Stories, and I'm speaking with Chuck Crum. And Chuck, you live back behind the Red Barn up on the hill, is that right?
Yes, I do. Been here for almost 45 years.
All right, so we met about a month ago doing a little reboot to give a little bit of new life to the Red Barn. Rich Hardesty is going to be manning that up, and you've been there for 45 years, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So why don't you tell me just a little bit about your background? I know your parents were Marion and it's, what is your mother's name?
Iris.
Iris. All right.
Iris.
So go give a little bit of their backstory and their parents' backstory.
Okay, we bought property in Brown County back about 66, 64, something like that. Moved here when I was in the 8th grade. And basically been here ever since. For 2 years, I lived in Bloomington, a little closer to where I was working at the time, in the bread company.
And this shot right here, as far as your wife was Deborah, and this shows your son as well as your other son. You had a son pass away. Which of your sons passed?
The one on the left there was his wife and 2 children.
Okay. All right. So we're going to bring it back to a shot of your parents and your brothers and sisters, and your father's name again. He was Marion, and your mother was Iris. So if you could tell us a little bit about them and what they did as a career, and just maybe what kind of influence they had in Brown County.
Well, not a whole lot in Brown County. I'm in southern living here. Dad worked the Collar Air Base for several years in Columbus, Indiana. When they closed down, he went to Fort Harrison, worked in the contract department, and worked there until he retired. And he went into philanthropy work for the Masons. Mother, she's mainly a homemaker the whole time. Sister lives here in the county, and so does my younger brother. Little brother lives in Indiana. Typical family, you know.
So here's a shot of your house with Deborah, and you said you've been there for 45 years, and that's right. You lived, or she lived, to celebrate your 50th wedding anniversary. Is that also correct?
Yes.
So you guys met, you said, when you were around 20 years old. What was about her that really kind of set her apart? What was about her personality that you really kind of gravitated to?
She liked me. I don't know, but there's something about her that attracted me, and she was attracted to me, so we just went from there.
All right, so give a little backstory on her parents. What were her parents' names, and what did they do in the area?
Her dad was a TV repairman, Charlie Percival. He was also a really good mandolin player. He got into the bluegrass music. He played Bean Blossom live. Monroe stopped and listened to him. Her mother worked at the real estate office doing abstracts. And she had one younger sister.
What was your sister's name?
Her name was Deanna.
Deanna. So did you have any jobs yourself in high school, to back it up a little bit? And what activities did you get involved in?
First job I had was at the Colonial Restaurant when I was in the 8th grade. Worked there for a year or 2, and then another restaurant, the Fiesta, where the liquor store is now. And from there I went to the IGA store. Probably worked there 6 years.
At Colonial Bakery, you drove a truck for them for about 13 years, is that right?
Yes.
So what's some of the things that you really enjoyed about the whole area and the people down in Nashville and Brown County?
Well, everybody's just friendly, you know. I was willing to help you. If a tree fall in my house, neighbors come down and cut it off right away. Just good people around here. I've never had a bit of trouble with anybody. lived with up here. Had a lot of neighbors over the years.
And when we met at the Red Barn Jamboree, they're kind of rebooting that, and they're actually sponsoring your life story here. Had you met Rich Hardesty before? How'd you hear about Rich and that whole reboot?
My nephew got a recording studio and brings in people all the time. And Rich plays local a lot, so listen to him a few times. Then I'd see him standing down there one day, and I just stopped and introduced myself. He's just a real friendly guy.
I've actually known him for about 30 years, and he's kind of helping me and us launch this Nashville, Indiana Stories to save the local legend stories as well as some business history. So let's go to this pic here. This is essentially your boys and their kids, and also your son. And what was it? Just say each son and what their kids' names are.
Okay, the youngest son was Jeremy. He had two twin boys, Locken and Logan. And my older son had one daughter. She's about 18 now, going to college.
And how old are they all right now?
The boys will be 24 in August. And she'll probably be 19 this year. 19.
And do you get to spend a lot of time with them on the weekends, or what's some of the things you do with them?
Locken lives with me, so he's here all the time. But do the others sporadically, you know.
All right, and then here we got a shot of you and your dog in a couple of precarious situations here. One at your home office desk, I believe, and another one it looks like when you're pretty relaxed.
Yeah. First one on the desk there, the dog I got right now. That was the first dog I had about 20 years ago. She had to be close.
What's the dog's name and what kind of dog is it?
Jack Russell's. One on the desk is Gypsy, and one upstairs is first.
Was that a normal thing for you guys to bond like that?
Yeah, when she was younger like that, I'm still fit.
So you're also a Mason, and you said for how many years you've been a Mason?
About 27 now, I guess.
27 years. That's a long time. My father, my grandfather, 50 years, and he was also a Shriner. So do you still spend a lot of time at the lodge? You said it was came in 343. Is that the right number?
Yes. Yeah, I'm not as regular as I should be, but I try to contribute.
Try to contribute. All right. So here's a shot of you and your wife, Deborah, and she passed away, was it last year?
Yes, last May.
Last May. So you obviously were together for 50 long years. Where's some of the favorite places you were able to travel with her over those years?
Oh, we went to the Jack Daniels distillery one time. That's kind of a neat job. But we didn't get out a whole lot. But
so what was some of her activities or hobbies that she'd get into around the house or in the community?
We sand rail. We enjoyed riding around in it. Facebook. She enjoyed putting on there all the time. Everybody knowing it for funny little jokes.
All right. So, and what's some of the favorite things that she'd make or create for you that the family would love as far as cooking wise, or some of her old favorite recipes?
Let's see. The first thing she fixed was a cube steak with a mushroom sauce gravy. Made that for me before we ever married. Turned out pretty good, so I went ahead and married her.
What about the holidays? What's some of the holiday traditions that you guys would do for the kids?
Christmas Eve, we had my sons over here. Christmas Day, we'd go to my sister's. Usually, all the family, brothers, probably have 20, 30 people there usually. Ill several past 10 years of her life, so we didn't get to do a whole lot.
So now down in Brown County, what's some of the places, like what's some of your favorite places down in the village? Like favorite places to eat that maybe you and she used to always go to?
Grandmother had a restaurant several years ago called Summers Here Martha. That was home cooking. And
what do you think some of your favorite aspects of your wife's personality, Deborah? What's some things that really kind of stood out about her character?
She was witty, funny, liked everybody pretty much. Did a lot good on her bad side. She's just a good person all the way around.
All right, so how would you describe the differences between your boys?
They got along pretty good. I mean, every once in a while they got, into it a little bit, but both enjoyed riding bikes. And had a trail out behind the house, went all the way to the swimming pool. They got along pretty good. Girls calling them all the time. So.
Do you remember them getting hurt, going out in the woods or doing anything crazy that one came back hurt, that they were trying to help each other and get through it?
Well, the older ones, him and his friend were riding bikes and going down this one steep driveway, and they went down the day before, okay, and the next day they went down, they'd thrown a cable across the road they didn't know about. So they hit that steel cable, pulled the 4x4 post out of the ground, just like it didn't kill them.
So what were some of your guys, some of your buddies you still hang with, some of your lifelong buddies, and what did they do? If you kind of describe them, just some of your buds.
Everybody, we go fishing every so often. They got a boat, pontoon boat. Go out on Lake Monroe.
And what's his name?
Danny. We got a high school lunch once a month. A few of the people show up and did.
What do you really love about living in Brown County and in Nashville?
I guess it's right in the middle, Bloomington, Columbus. I don't know, just easy living. I like it. I don't know where else I'd want to go.
Part of this is us being able to help share the story. You being able to share it out. Here's like the Chop House. And we also did the Grandwood Suites. And if you go to Nashville, Indiana Stories, they can see the examples of it. And for you, it could be able to have a card to hand out the story about you and your wife, Deb, and the family. This is one of our clients with TWA. But is there anybody else you'd just like to mention, or anything else you'd like to mention about your wife or anything?
Just miss her.
What's one of the favorite things you remember her doing that kind of surprised you? Is there anything that stands out that over the years that she did something that really kind of knocked you out and you're like, this is a great woman?
I don't know. I mean, she's pretty witty sometimes. Just say stuff off the cup,
What's maybe one of her good girlfriends that, or some of her couple friends you like to just mention that always supported her?
Real good friend there then called Judy, and they moved away right after she passed away. So, but her and Judy really enjoyed spending time with each other, like drink a little wine,
And what was Deb's favorite type of music, or maybe some of her favorite artists that you guys be relaxing and listening to?
Oh, we used to listen to a lot of Waylon and Willie, and her dad was really into bluegrass, so she listened to a lot of bluegrass when she was younger.
What were some of your go-tos to go with either other couples or just yourselves down Brown County?
Well, there wasn't a whole lot in Brown County, but we used to go to the Brown County Inn every once in a while. Or the Seasons used to have a band every weekend. And then we go to Bloomington usually. There's a bar over there called the Gaslight. I guess it's gone now, but.
Okay. Well, if there's not anything else you'd like to say, I'll close this out, and I really appreciate your time. And I know that Rich Hardesty in the Red Barn is happy you're going to be close to be able to come down to some of the fun music moments and festivals they'll have there. Is there anything else you'd like to even say to Rich?
Look forward to they're having a show there the 7th, July the 7th. So that'll be interesting.
It's gonna be a good time. I think I might also be there as well. He actually just came up for my birthday celebration and performed for a lot of my friends up here in Indianapolis, and he did one heck of a job. It was a great time. So I got to give a thanks out to Rich as well. But Charlie, I really appreciate your time today. And would you like to say anything else to the people out in Nashville and Brown County about saving the stories and the importance of it?
Speak up.
Speak up and save some stuff. All right. Well, listen, just stay on the line, and I'm going to close this one out. And Charlie, again, it was a pleasure to hear about your life and save some of the stories for your friends and family and community. And I will see you soon when I come back down there. Okay.
All righty.
All right. Stay on the line.